Hey guys, it's Jo with Where the Good Things Grow. Welcome to our greenhouse. We're just starting to get things cleaned up in here. It's kind of still a mess, but today I'm going to go ahead and mix some soil blocks. It's actually not too hard once you figure out the right consistency, figure out the correct materials to use. And so I wanted to go ahead and bring you along with that for those of you that would like to learn how to do it. So here we go. First of all, you're going to need a few ingredients. I have them lined up on this side. You're going to want some compost. Last year we used ours, and it's great to be able to use your own compost, but you want to make sure that when you're using your own compost that you really get that heat up. We still had a few seeds that sprouted through that were not what we planted in the soil blocks, so keep that in mind. We went ahead at somebody else's recommendation and got some from our nursery, and so you can get some organic compost. You're going to need some perlite, and then you're going to need some peat moss, and you're also going to need some of these ingredients, some nutrients. So we've got green sand, we've got bone meal, we've got blood meal, and we've got agriculture lime. So you're going to want to mix all those ingredients together. And I just use, my daughter just came in, so I just use one of these totes here. And what you want to make sure is that when you get your compost and your peat moss, you want to make sure that you are screening it just like I have here. This is a 1/4-inch screen. You can make these yourself, but I just bought one of these from Amazon. And you want to go ahead and use gloves when you can, and you want to screen all this off. And obviously you could tell because there's still a lot of sticks and things, even in the peat moss. Also, ooh, I found even some glass. So the problem with having the sticks in those soil blocks is that it'll keep the roots from growing, and it'll also create a way for your soil blocks to start to come apart. So you want to make sure that you sift your peat moss and you sift your compost. I'll go ahead and throw this back into our compost pile, or I could even use these wood chips in the garden. So I have actually saved a bucket of these because I've got some on the other side of the greenhouse here. I've got some broccoli and some lettuce, so among some other things. So go ahead and save that. I do have my worm bin handy so that when we come across worms, because they will come in your compost, and I just throw them in there. That way they can continue to break down in my worm bin. So have those things handy. And then as you can see here, let's see if we can get you. If you take a look in here, we've got some peat moss right here. We've got some compost, sifted compost, and some perlite. So what you want to do is go ahead and do like 7 gallons of peat moss, 5 gallons of compost, 5 gallons of perlite. Then you want to go ahead and add like a cup of each of these: the agriculture lime, the blood meal, the bone meal, and then the green sand. Those all act as some nutrients. They act as moisture keepers. They give some some structure to your soil. The perlite, that'll add some aeration to the soil. And let's see, your peat moss, you can use, instead of peat moss, if you've got some wool from sheep, you can use, we used to have some dual purpose goats, and so we could have used their hair. I'm also a hairdresser by trade, so I do save some of the hair for that, and I'll be putting it down. You can mix that as well with this, but those are just some ideas that you can use, but these are readily available to you at your nurseries. So then we're going to go ahead and mix all of these together. My daughter's going to hold the camera again. So I have everything already pre-measured out. So I'm doing a half batch of the recipe I just told you, and we're just gonna go ahead and add it all in. You wanna wear gloves when you mix this stuff, and you know, you could see all that kind of dust and things. But yeah, you also wanna make sure that you're gathering from the edges because things will get stuck. And just mix it in really good. Okay, just like this. Okay, press pause.